most powerful gift you can give to another human being. To be seen and to be heard. When your people come to you, so many times leaders that I have served under, and I've been guilty of it myself, is because I'm the boss. I think I know it all. But I don't pay attention, or I think so-and-so's wrong, and so I don't pay attention and I miss it. And then people know when you're listening to them. So number 2 of how to build influence is you learn to listen. Give the gift of attention. Give the gift of hearing them. Number 3 is committing to your team. Bottom line, I'll sum it up. Do your people, your followers know you have their back? If there's any question, you will erode trust and you will have lost your team. Just how it works. Okay. Finally, this 4th one, set the example. Model what you preach, model what you talk, set the example. One of my favorite quotes from Wallace D. Wattles, poor guy. I don't know what his parents were thinking with giving him that one. That's a tough one. Wallace D. Wattles, the world needs demonstration more than it needs instruction. I tell you, I've been a professor and a talking head for a long time, and no one really cares what I have to say. They watch me though, and that adds clarity, or that diminishes my message. They're watching me. They're not listening as closely as we always think. Does that make sense? Peter, any thoughts on these 4 pieces of influence?
Just that I'm very, I have not read that article. This is the first time I've heard you share on this, but the simplicity of that is so powerful. And I trust that each leader that is listening to this pays attention, because as I'm hearing you share this, I'm thinking both in light of good leaders I've sat under and others that have not been good leaders that do not really demonstrate their care and concern for the people they are leading. And I loved what you talked about, being committed to your team, listening like a master. I think there you said allowing people to be seen and be heard. And all of that goes back then of the heart of building rapport and trust. And finally, that 4th thing about setting an example. These were so simple, and yet simplicity is oftentimes so powerful, and it does reflect the character of Christ.
Through and through. I was, Peter, I was kicking it around. My mind is, I was like, yeah, I bet you could spit out 5 verses apiece on those, on building rapport. Verse 1, I think about, as far as it's up to you, make peace with everyone, right? I think about that. Listen like a master. I'm sure there's one in listening, but it is absolutely biblical. And it's that point that we're trying to make there where, this is how Jesus approached them. It's not about you. You've got to get over yourself or you'll never be able to lead. And I know it feels counterintuitive. And I know it almost seems illogical, like I'm the leader, I'm supposed to be good and smart and all these things. And the reality of it is it's not about you. If you, the leader, will ensure that you are shepherding the people under your watch and your care, you will change their lives. Why? Because so few are even able to step out of their own center.